in the Midwest area, Southwest, Northeast side, West side, South side, wherever you are across the border and beyond, we welcome you to the show. So, Kassandra, I got like 3 questions for you. As far as your event is going, I'm assuming that it's a comedy show and you're promoting it. Just want to know, what's the name of the event? Tell us what the name of the event is. When and where is it located? And when does this event start? Yes, so yeah, I hope everybody's having a great Monday. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I know I did. It was very exciting. And, just doing the basics, working on that personal, professional, financial development with some of the things that we'll be talking about on tomorrow night. Like I said, if you want to be a guest on the show, please, notify me through Facebook Messenger, and we will get you set up with a promo video and letting everybody know that you'll be on the show. Just need to know what's your topic, day and time, because I'm available Monday through Saturday, 9 p.m., Sundays at 6 p.m. So whatever time works for you, let us know, and we will definitely get you going. So, yes, Kassandra says, yes, it is. Love and Laughter is the name of the event. And when and where is this located? And when does the event start? Yeah, we're waiting on that. I'm assuming that it's in the Atlanta area. And sometime in February, if I'm right. I'm right. If I'm wrong, let me know, because I am ready to see what's going to happen with that. So, yes, Valentine's Day, it will be on Tuesday, February 14th. All right. So that is something else. I hope you guys get out there, have a good time. Pretty soon, I'm gonna try to get together with I Am Jackie to discuss how we can get together in person, get some live shows going at some of these events. So I'm excited about that. So stay tuned for that and further updated announcements. All right. Also, too, before we go to EDU, I would just like to say, you guys just support Kassandra. She'll give you the information. It's also on a promo video that was posted on Facebook today, also on Instagram, and also on Twitter. We're live on YouTube, so everybody gets to see where that event is. So I'll reiterate for those just joining in. The name of the event is Love and Laughter, and it's the location. You probably have to get with Kassandra, probably inbox her to see where it's located, probably in Atlanta, Georgia, like I said. And the event is going to be Tuesday, February 14th. So we're excited for you and hope everything works out. Much, much success to you, Kassandra. All right, we got the address here. Let's see. Mina's 5439 Memorial Drive in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Okay, so it's not Atlanta, it's Stone Mountain, Georgia. So it's at that time is 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So get down there, get your everything ready and get dressed and have a good time. And hopefully, Kassandra, you could come back and tell us how that show went. And I know you're going to have plenty of pictures on Facebook and stuff. So I can't wait to see how that's going to turn out. Before I go into EDU, thank you very much to the audience. Yes, absolutely. You are welcome, Kassandra. Very much so. Let's get some EDU in our lives. But before I do that, I want to say that Kassandra was also bringing me, cool. That'll be cool, Kassandra. You love to do that. Come back and let us know how it went and what things went down, some things to share. That'll be awesome. So, keep me posted. Yes, also, too, Kassandra, you were talking about how you wanted to the topic to be mostly about a part of this has to do with relationships. Just to be specific, can you tell me what types of relationships are you dealing with or working with or trying to see what more information that you would get on? Because I put something together that kind of goes and tells with everything. Um, Business in terms of great work relationships. I believe it involves trust, mutual respect, mindfulness. It welcomes diversity and it's open communication. I think that's a very big piece to any relationship. And so I'm all about the love. Awesome. You know what? I think love has a lot to do with those things that I just mentioned. The definition of great work relationships, great love relationships, family relationships, relationships with your children, things like that, has a lot to do with defining it as trust. The mutual respect has to be there. The mindfulness welcomes diversity and open to communication because it is the way to go, but it all starts with love. So I agree with that. The relationship dynamic between the family. Yes, family, it really goes hand in hand with that. You know, some of us have family we can't trust, we don't have mutual respect for, there isn't mindfulness, it may or may not welcome diversity and open communication. So I think in terms of looking at that particular relationship and family, and it's funny you said that because I was just looking at one of the groups I'm a part of called the Trent Shelton Group. He's a great speaker. I would advise you to kind of follow him on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and YouTube. He has very phenomenal videos, Facebook Lives, talking about encouraging relationships and different things like that. And somebody kind of commented in the group, was talking about how they're a black sheep of the family. They really don't feel like they are a part of the family. They're not really wanted and they're not supportive of what they're out there doing. They're making the necessary changes in their life, but, you know, the family seems to be judgmental. And one of the things that I said and commented on was the fact that happiness starts with you. If you're not happy with yourself, there's no way you're going to express that to other people, especially people in your family. Because I know from experience, a lot of times your family is looking at from who you were in the past. And if you're trying to make some changes, you see what I'm saying? It's a lot of disbelief when it comes to that. Maybe you tried some things and failed in the past, and now you failed so much that your family's like, I'm really skeptical about things, whether it's a new business venture, a new relationship, you might be getting engaged or married, or you're coming into another journey in your life in general speaking, and they may or may not believe you. But first, you have to believe in yourself, and first, you must lead by example, because true leaders know this. If you lead by example, it will show. If you phony, it'll show. If you real, it'll show. You don't have to keep on kind of like express yourself to prove yourself to a person, and you know deep down inside you're making those changes. So I was looking at how to build in terms of, it was a business article, but I looked at it when I was going through and researching that this does also fit in all types of relationships as well. So first of all, how to do this, the how and knowing how. I got a few things I want to share. Kassandra says, yes, you have to be confident in what you are doing. Sometimes you have to move in silent like lasagna. Loving that right there. That makes a lot of sense, you know. You got to smooth things out. You can't be so, like I've said in previous shows, you can't be so edgy and skeptical about everything. Check things out. You know, make sure you on point to doing the things that you need to do. And so one of the ways to build that is to first develop your people skills. You know, because a lot of times we mess up in relationships because we don't have true people skills that really works for us. And sometimes it doesn't work for us because we don't apply it. We're so used to going and approaching things on our own in terms of what we're used to doing and how we're used to approaching it. And so some of things, like I said the other night, some things have to die, you know, in order for new things to live. And so what are you willing to put down in order to build that people skills? You know, some of us may not read a lot of books. I just started back to reading because some of the stuff that I knew already, but it was some things that I needed sharpening on. So Kassandra says, I don't worry about what other people think of me. I do what I'm led to do, and what the Creator leads me to do. That's awesome. So I work on me. Yes, absolutely. I mean, if you got that attitude right there, that's going to be very, very critical to how you approach other people. Because my thing is this: if your approach is off, you want to make sure that you're not coming off as coming off a certain kind of way to a person. So you got to make sure, basically, put yourself in their shoes. How would you feel if you approached it in a certain way? If you get what I'm saying. And then identify your relationship needs. Make sure that you're upfront, straight up about who you are and what you want and what are the things that you expect, your likes and dislikes. That all has a lot to do as far as on a job or a business, how you're going to work together and how you're going to deal with each other on a regular basis. Can you deal on a regular basis? And so Kassandra says, we don't know who we are, so intentional and unintentionally look for approval from others. Yes, that's a very good point. We do tend to do that, but I think that's okay to a point. And then we have to discover within ourselves who we are. And the more we get to know who we are, the more less approval that we'll have from others. It is what it is, and we can move on. But that takes time and also growth and development as well. Scheduling time to build relationships, just like when I invite people to the show, I make sure that my time and their time is feasible for us to get together. But I think the best way to get together with somebody and really get to know someone, not so much online, and I know that's the norm of today, but really physical connections has always been the key to really get to know a person. You can see their body language, their facial expressions, different things like that. And she says, God is not a respecter of titles, and neither am I. I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people base a lot of things on titles and how much money people make and what they this and that and what status that they're on. And I believe it's none of that. I think it's how you carry yourself and have the respect that you're able to be trusted, mindfulness, and that open communication and welcoming diversity and also culture. That way you can identify with anybody. You can understand anybody while understanding yourself. So, and then she says it depends on who you're trying to go, where you're trying to go in life, and sometimes you have to create your own road. Yes, everybody has their own path that they have to follow. So basically, that path is to really focus on where you want to go and why are you going there in the first place. Focus on your L at all times, your dreams, your ambitions, your goals. I think the focus has to be there, and it takes courage to do that, and it takes fearlessness to do that. You have to destroy fear and conquer courage. I think that it takes a lot to do that. And appreciating others, edifying others. Make sure you're not putting your needs above other people, but also not neglecting yours as well. Because if you ain't straight, ain't nobody gonna be straight. So that's with parenting, family, love relationships, any of that. Being positive is also a good piece, and it brings peace to others. Managing your boundaries, because a lot of times if you don't know what pops you, you don't know how to handle it, and things get out of hand, and it sometimes goes where it doesn't want to go. So setting boundaries from the get-go, because a lot of times people wait till it's too late, will give the other person the option if they want to stay in your life or not. And I love this saying we used to say in the magazine business: people come into your life for a reason. It's up to you how long they stay there. And Kassandra says, absolutely, that's what Woosah is about, helping people to follow their own truth, getting the people to their best selves. That is so awesome. Personal development is huge for me, especially in my life business. And that's what I was talking about last week, Tuesday. It's not about me trying to get you to do something. It's about us building other people up to where they want to become and what they want to do and how it benefits them and what's in it for them. I always ask people when I talk to them, I said, what's in it for you? What do you want to get out of this? And then, man, you'd be surprised about the list of things that people do. So that's so true. Yes, it is. Avoid gossiping. I get a lot of calls a lot of times, and the person wants to sit up and complain about their problems, and they also want to gossip about the other person. When we stop making excuses to not do the right thing or do the thing that needs to be done, gossiping should not be a factor. And if you have something to say to somebody, say it to them. And if you can't find nothing nice to say, try a little harder to find something nice to say. And she says balance is so important, vital for our personal growth. Yeah, it's a balance between, you know,